Hello and welcome to the School of Medicine at the University of Split in Croatia. We are the leaders of Work Package 3 in the SOPS4RI project, and we are tasked with answering the question, where is the evidence for what we are going to do? We, in collaboration with the other project partners, address this question in several ways. We first performed 2 systematic reviews of literature and documents about guidance for research integrity in both research performing and research funding organizations. We also consulted experts to learn about innovative approaches to research integrity, and then we performed a Delphi consultation to establish priority research integrity issues to be addressed in a toolbox in our project. In parallel, our colleagues from the UK developed a multi-level model of research culture to address factors that may affect the application of standard operating procedures and guidance for research integrity in practice.
Yes, we started the work in our work package with a scoping review on practices for research integrity promotion in research performing and research funding organizations, and also on factors influencing the implementation of these practices in both performing and funding organizations. So in the first review, we categorized the existing research integrity guidance documents based on their geographical origin, organizational origin, so whether they are more related to research performing or research funding organizations or to both. We also categorized the practices toward different stakeholders, for example, researchers, research integrity or research ethics committees, research integrity officers, administrators, policymakers, or funders. We found as a result that most documents were in the form of guidelines and related to research performing organizations. We found only few documents for research funding organizations and also only 1 research integrity guidance documents in the form of standard operating procedures.
Yes, this is something that also came out from the interviews with research integrity experts. We conducted 22 such interviews with different stakeholders who have experience in research integrity field. They were researchers, journal editors, research integrity committee members, policymakers, members of industry and funding organizations, and we also found that many organizations have standard operating procedures for different kinds of issues, but when it comes to research integrity, this is something that needs to be addressed in future.
And also in the interviews, we gather some good examples of guidance documents that researchers use in their everyday work. For example, the European Code of Conduct for Research Integrity or COPE guidelines. And also many experts reflected on the importance of training and especially of organizational research culture and environment and changes in how guidance documents are developed and implemented.
This is also something that we mapped in the second scoping review on factors that may have an impact on the implementation of research integrity promotion practices in research performing and research funding organizations. We found that most of the available literature, from bibliographical databases to great literature sources and websites of different organizations, are focused on research performing organizations when it comes to the implementation of research guidance documents.
Yes, and we found, for example, that high moral integrity or open communication and adequate supervision and mentorship may have a positive impact on research integrity implementation, while some personality traits like laziness, egoism, or ignorance, or different situational factors, for example, financial or personal issues, or different pressures to publish, to obtain funding, or to advance in career, may have a negative impact or even be a reason why researchers involve in misconduct. And also for the organizational level, we found that having research integrity policies and procedures in place, providing training and having good ethical climate are factors that have a positive impact, while on the other hand, lack of these are related to a negative impact. And the third study was conducted by our colleagues from the UK. They conducted a study on a multi-level model of research culture, and this study showed that it is not enough to focus only on one level, meaning the level of individual researchers in order to improve research integrity, but rather we have to focus on the whole system. We have to understand the whole systems, and measures must be taken on all levels.
And the last study from our work package 3 was the Delphi survey study that was led by colleagues from the Free University in Amsterdam. Delphi studies was a series of surveys or rounds in which panel of experts provided input and responses from each round, and then we analyzed and fed back to the experts to obtain a consensus.
Yes, and in this study we conducted 2 rounds with research policy experts from both research performing and research funding organizations, and total of 190 experts completed one or both rounds of the Delphi studies. And as a result, we got the prioritized list of research integrity topics, one list for research performing and another list for research funding organizations, and these are the topics that we will work on in the toolbox of our project.
So the results from our work package, the work package 3, were there to inform the work package 4 for the selection of topics that will be included in the toolbox and upon which the first version of standard operating procedures and guidelines was made.